Man, I need y'all to go ahead and hit that like button, that notification bell, and subscribe, because this video right here is about to be fire.
I've been waiting a decade for this hug, baby. I've been waiting a decade for this hug, baby.
Come here.
I love you, baby. I love you. God, so good to see you, Papa.
How you doing, man?
Oh, man.
Jelly Roll and I have been buddies for almost 10 years. Texting, showing love, support, always there for each other. Whatever you need, I got you. We've never met. So yesterday at American Idol was the first time we ever met. And it was very special.
Great, man. But how are you?
You too. Look at you. How much weight?
I'm down like almost 2 pounds.
Oh shit. Man, I'm so proud.
Another 100 up in the go. God, I feel great, too.
I have something for you. Let me see this. All right, before I show it to you, we always talk about our Nashville ties.
Sure,
right?
yes, sir.
Right? We got evicted out of Hawaii, and I got sent to Nashville. When I got to Nashville, I was supposed to live with my old man. Didn't work out that way. I got sent to live at this little motel with this dude named Downtown Bruno. Still one of my best friends. He was a wrestling manager in pro wrestling for Jerry Jarrett, Jeff Jarrett.
Yes.
Jerry King Lawler,
Of
right, for
course,
USWA.
yes.
So I lived with him. That dude didn't know me. You know, I was 15, dude. Had no place to live. Shacked up with him. He became one of my best friends. I'm a pain in the ass to buy gifts for him. They're like yourself, you know, we're lucky and blessed boys. We see something, we just get it.
Amen.
Right?
Yeah.
Amen. He just gave me this Christmas gift, man. And when I knew you were here, I was like, I gotta give it to my boy Jeff. It's a postcard. Alamo Plaza Motel, man, where we live.
No way. Dog, this is old school.
Murfreesboro
Nashville.
Road.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
This is right by what used to be the Drake Motel was right down the street
dude.
from there. Yeah,
Yes, they
like,
tore that down, man.
You know, that's the side of Nashville I'm from, too. This is South Nashville.
Yes.
Dude, I feel bad even taking
No,
this.
no, I'm gonna
man.
sign that
so
to you.
much, please. That's what I was
He'll
man,
love
this
that I
is-
just gave you that.
You don't know what this means, man. I was just talking about this when you first get in the business, in our business. You dream of all the plaques coming to rappers, you know?
Yeah.
So you start filling your walls up with plaques.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kid Rock writes you a note. And you cherish it like more than anything.
Yeah.
And then Craig Morgan handwrites his lyrics to Almost Home and gives them to you at the Grand Ole Opry, and you cry like a baby.
Wow.
And you hang them, and the next thing you know, all the plaques came down. It's this.
And that's it, man. I love that.
This is relationship.
How about this, man? You just mentioned Craig Morgan. How about that?
No way.
Just listening
That's
to.
crazy.
The man can't get a woman off his mind.
I pull out my phone, I open it up. I was just listening to Craig f***ing Morgan pulling up here in my pickup truck.
God, that's
man.
awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that. When we first connected back in 2016 or so, something like that, man. I don't believe in accidents. And you just happened to pop up in my phone at a time. I told you this, where I needed something and I didn't know who you were. And that song only came on.
Yes.
Man, that moved me, man. I was going through some shit at that time.
It was 2017. I was shooting a movie at that time, and I was going through it, man. I was f***ing spinning. I had some shit going on in my life that I couldn't tell anybody about. You got to put on the face. You put on the brave face. When I heard that song, Only, come over my phone, and it was on a playlist, and it was random. When I heard that first verse, second verse, third verse, that was it. And thinking, who the f*** is singing this? I tapped into it. It said Jelly Roll. And I remember going, who's Jelly Roll? I reached out to Jelly. That was the very first time we connected. I said, brother, you've never met me. I've never met you, but I just heard a song from you and it really f***ing rocked me. It moved me. I'm going through some shit, and I just want you to know that this song means a lot to me. And I look forward to seeing you one day.
That's what music does. It has the ability to meet us there. But I told you this, man. You don't know what that meant to me, because I'm at a point in my career then where you're wondering who's really going to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you're starting to weigh what kind of money you're making versus what you can possibly make when you finish getting your degree in sociology and going back to bad with kids and you know, have benefits with my daughter. I'm starting to have them kind of conversations with Bunny our first year together. And then I'm seeing you post this and I'm like, oh no. I call them God winks. It's like anytime you're like a little sideways and God gives you one of those, you're like,
right.
oh, no, I'm straight. No, I'm straighter than I thought I was. I'm cool. We're coasting. We're
Cool,
doing
man.
good. Yeah.
Doing good.
That means a lot, bro. When I won my first award, he beat my mother into my inbox. I'm not bullshit. It took my mom a whole nother hour. DJ was in there immediately, like, finally, one of us. Like, just voice noted me. Like, I'm so hyped. Love you, baby.
Love you, brother.
Love you, brother. Thanks for your time, baby. Absolutely. Thank you, baby. This is crazy. This is real old school Nashville history. Real old school Nashville history.
In your hometown, of Nashville. How many requests are you getting? Who's calling you just saying, dog, can you get me some tickets? Can you take care of me?
The Rock.
Right?
Can
Come
you
on.
smell what The Rock is cooking? He's
How
playing
about
some
that?
Jelly
Yes,
Roll.
he is, dude. Listen, I could not believe he's been my friend forever. But he not only posted it, he posted the album cover.
Yeah.
The second biggest Instagram on earth.
Yeah.
And he's, little old me, man, or big old me, but whatever.
You said you had a friendship for quite some time, but he also listened to your music during some of the darkest days in his life. So how did y'all originally strike up a friendship?
I'm not making this up. The Rock was listening to Jelly Roll music when Spotify numbers said only 30,000 people were listening to Jelly Roll.
What?
He's really been with me from the beginning.
Incredible.
I don't share what that story is, but he has a story that the music was there for him at a moment when he needed it, and that was awesome to hear from him. This is 5, 6, 7 years ago, 8 years ago even.
Wow.
And we've kept in touch. He was the first person to congratulate me on my Grand Ole Opry debut. First person to congratulate me when I played the Ryman. The first DM I got when I announced Bridgestone. I mean, these pinnacles in my career, he's always the first person in my messages.
I'm thinking we need a little collaboration.
Right. Well,
Hey, I
something.
told him I'm
Right?
going to lose some weight and get my acting chops together,
Oh,
baby.
you can give him
I want
singing.
him to sing a song with me at the Grand Ole Opry, and I want to do a movie with him, even if I'm an extra. Like if I'm just in the background, just cooling.
We're manifesting everything. Manifest it.
DJ, I'm coming, baby. You know I got your back, baby. I love you. Wow. He was a fan when I wasn't worth being a fan of. He encouraged me at a time when I really wasn't sure if I was doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And he don't even know that he encouraged me. He just, by him being a fan, I was like, if one of the greatest personalities of this generation, one of the greatest actors and entertainers, if he sees something in this music, maybe I'm onto something.
So here's why I want to play that. Because I do feel sometimes we lose, like what you were saying, like, to remind people, like, we love them or, we support you. This really was inspiring. Thank you for doing this. We forget to do that. For some reason, around Christmas time, I feel like we're better at it, right?
Yeah.
Is that, like, so cool? You have no idea the impact you're having. That was before anyone knew him, by the way. This was before he blew up and was like Jelly Roll.
This was about almost 10 years ago with Jelly. I was going through a hard time at that time. He didn't even know it because we didn't know each other. And I happened to, on a playlist, just hit shuffle, radio, and a song came on. And I was going through a hard time then. That was one of my bouts with depression. And I was struggling, and I was really wobbly. And I was trying to balance a lot. We were pregnant with our second baby, and my little one was, I think, 2 at that time. My older daughter she was long distance, and I was trying to film a movie. There was a lot going on. Mm-hmm. And then a song came on. I heard the song, and the song really moved me. And I looked, and I was like, wow. And I played it again, and I said, who is this? And it was Jelly Roll. Never heard of Jelly Roll before, but I knew that you were going to ask me about that. And I just want to just read a line that really moved me from his song. The song's called Only from Jelly Roll, and it says, what moved me is, what if the darkness inside of me has finally taken my soul? What if the angels in heaven were sent to take me home? Would they fight through the demons that I have in my life? Lord, I'm believing, eventually, I see the light. And that really moved me and touched me. And then we got in contact with each other, and I told him what it meant to me. And we didn't know each other, and we become really good friends, and that's my boy, and I love that guy, and I'm very, very proud of him, because you think, I love when good things happen to really good human beings, and he's one of them.
Especially, like, to turn it around.
Yes.
Because he was saying, like, his life was so different before, and to turn it around and show people, like, that light at the end of the tunnel is kind of very beautiful as well.
So your boy Jelly Roll finally met Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson after The Rock became a fan of him 10 years ago. And they've been fans of each other for a long time now. And like The Rock said, Jelly Roll helped him get through hard times as well through his music. And it's funny because, Jelly Roll is somebody I used to go to high school with. And me and Jelly Roll come from the same background. We're from the same part of town. A little section called Antioch around South Nashville. And The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, his story also is a part of Nashville. He used to live in Nashville as well. I believe he went to McGavick High School. he's older than me and Jelly Roll. Me and Jelly Roll, we went to Antioch High School. So that's pretty cool. You know, The Rock, he did wrestling in the Tennessee section at USWA back in Memphis, back in the days. And you know, me and Jelly Roll, we got a lot of mutual homies, you know, from the life we come from. You know, it's like real life. A lot of things that we done, we come from a lot of the same things. You know, we did a lot of the same things back in that game, including the music thing. Like, we both did music, but he just happened to be in a position to go ahead and pursue it. It's something that I regret not doing. You know, I didn't pursue it hard enough the same way Jelly Roll did. But, you know, big ups to him. He's doing this thing now. He's worth millions. I think somewhere they're building him maybe in Nashville, they're building him a $32 million statue or something like that. You know, he's losing a whole bunch of weight. You know, one day you're going to be able to say Jelly Roll's not fat, you know. He's larger than life. He got a larger than life personality. The same way as Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson does. And you know, Jelly Roll, he's been on WWE like 2 or 3 times. I think he was at SummerSlam last year with him and Machine Gun Kelly. You know, Jelly Roll, so he's already been around wrestling, so it's hard to believe that he's finally met The Rock after all this time. It's like, you know, because The Rock is the head of he's on the board of directors at TKO, which is over WWE. You know, the Rock still has his hands into the whole wrestling thing as far as WWE goes. And maybe one day Jelly Roll will be in a movie with The Rock. You know, that'd be dope. That'll get a pop. But yeah, you know, Jelly Roll, he's still rapping for the hometown. He hasn't forgot where he came from, and obviously The Rock didn't either. You know, The Rock wasn't born and raised in Nashville, but he did live there at one point in time, and he went to high school there, and Nashville still holds a special place in The Rock's heart. But yeah, man, Jelly Roll got a crazy story, man, and you know, for him to overcome the things that he overcame, you got to give God the glory. And The Rock also said this about your boy Jelly Roll. He said, "A brotherly hug almost 10 years in the making. Several years ago, roughly 2017, I was going through a very hard thing at the time. I was struggling. My mental wellness turned into my mental illness. Many of you know the drill. You put on the face, show up to work, smile, and get through it. Perhaps not the healthiest thing to do, but it's what I was used to doing at the time. Then the song came on through my headphones one morning on a random shuffle playlist, only from Jelly Roll. The lyrics rocked me. Hardcore. The words moved me so much that I reached out to Jelly. I said, you don't know me and I don't know you, but this song of yours is helping me through some stuff I'm dealing with. I just called to say thank you, brother. Our bond was born. The gift I gave Jelly when we finally met is insignificant to the world, but something I just knew would mean a lot to him, and he'd appreciate it. It's an old and cheap postcard of a little motel called the Alamo Plaza in South Nashville. When I was 15 years, I was forced. Family was evicted to leave Hawaii and make it to Nashville to live with my dad. That didn't work out, so I wound up living with a stranger in this little spot on Murfreesboro Road that has since been torn down and no longer there. Downtown Bruno was the stranger's name, and to this day, he's one of my best and most special friends. Just like Jelly, a very special friend. Every once in a while, we all get sliced up by life, but it's amazing to see what kind of blessings and people that God and the universe will put in our lives to help us heal through our pain. And a big surreal shout out to our boy Craig Morgan, who I was just listening to in my truck as I pulled up to meet Jelly. How's that for the universe conspiring for us? Effing crazy. Love you, brother, and cheers to all our plaques coming down.
Man, what's going on, wrestling fans? I have to take the time out to thank each and every one of you for helping my channel, Top Wrestling Threshold, become one of the fastest growing wrestling brands in the entertainment industry. I'm talking about thanks to y'all, my channel has already surpassed a whopping 10,000 subscribers. So I gotta shout out all of you feel me? And also go ahead and help support my merch. You can get you a hat, a hoodie, a beanie, some pants, or a shirt. You feel me? You got jackets, talking about many kind of styles, shapes and sizes, varieties for the girls and the guys. Talking about something for the summertime and something for the winters when it's cold outside. You feel me? But go ahead and holler at me. Get you a Make Wrestling Great Again shirt, or you can tap in for the merch and get you a Live Wrestling is Dope. You feel me? Go ahead and hit the link down in the description and get it.
Top Wrestling Threshold.